Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Jaquan,
I'm Jasmine.
and welcome to the Film Spill.
So today, guys, we're going to be reviewing seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Stranger Things. This is a drama series, and here's the summary. In 1980s Indiana, a group of young friends witness supernatural forces and secret government exploits. As they search for answers, the children unravel a series of extraordinary mysteries.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed Stranger Things. I think this is kind of where Netflix first hit their first home run. Of course, we've been watching Netflix for so long, but I think this was their very first home run for people to be like, yeah, I want to keep watching Netflix. The rating I give this show is a 4. Let's get into my pros and my cons. So the very first pro I liked was just figuring out, discovering that 11 had powers. It was interesting just seeing what this kid can do throughout every season. I like how the kids grew up in the show. We was able to see them from season 1 when they were actually like little kids and then kind of just grown into, young adults. It was amazing just watching them. We always talk about child actors. Once again, just seeing how they were able to be kids and create these roles and act these roles. Just interesting to just see what these kids can do. Um, in season 1, whenever 11 makes the bully pee his pants for messing with Mike, that just kind of just show how strong she was. Also, whenever 11 flips the van over them, like she literally picked up a van with her powers and basically flipped them over her. It just showed how strong she was, and she was young back then. Whenever Steve helps them fight the Demogorgon, it just shows once again Steve is kind of becoming more responsible, helping them out and stuff. It was cool to see. It was crazy whenever 11 blows up the brains of the agents in season 1. That just kind of showed how gory the show is going to be. When we found out 11 has been living with Chief Hopper towards the end, so we all thought that 11 kind of disappeared or went inside of the Upside Down in season 1. So just kind of found out that she actually made it out and she was living with Chief Hopper. That was interesting as well towards the end of season 1. Whenever we found out that there were tunnels in Hawkins being turned into the Upside Down, the Upside Down was just causing so much havoc in each season. Whenever the Mind Flayer used Will to trick them to go to that spot and then those agents were killed by the Demogorgon, that was just crazy because Will, once again, he was one of those characters who was just kind of used so much throughout each season. So much was happening to Will. I felt bad for him. Whenever in season 2, whenever 11 closes the portal, once again, just kind of just displaying her powers. I think without 11, this show sucks. I feel like 11 literally helped them out so much, right? Because with her powers and stuff. Whenever the Mind Flayers melt down the news reporter bodies and become whole again, he was just doing so much, man. It was just crazy to see that part. Whenever 11 throws a car in the mall at the Russians, once again, just displaying her powers. We basically find out Dustin does have a girlfriend, right? They thought he was lying about Susie. No, he actually does have a girlfriend. And it was funny whenever they had that moment when they were singing on the radio while everyone was waiting. I think this was like season 3. Whenever the crew saves 11 with the firework, once again, because 11, she loses her power, so they had to save her. The bar is finally moving. We talked so much was happening to this family in each season. Will being possessed. Her losing her man. Like so much was happening. When they finally decided to move, I was happy for them. Because Hawkins was just not the move. Finding Harper was still alive after thinking that he was dead. That was great to see as well because Harper, just like every other character played, he was a staple in this entire show. Vecna was a savage. Weird to watch, ugly in the face, but that dude was really strong. Eddie went hard as well. When Running Up That Hill song played and became so massive, I even downloaded and I still listen to that song every once in a while. I have it a part of a playlist. Shout out to Kate Bush. Like I stated before, finding out Harper was alive, but whenever they rescue him from the Russian prison, that was just interesting because this dude was all the way in Russia. When we found out who Vecna is basically number 1, the very first kid with powers that was taken to that facility, and he tries to trick 11 when she basically throws him in the Upside Down. So she basically creates the Upside Down when she throws him into that world, and he basically becomes Vecna. I thought that was crazy to find out that he was actually Vecna. Once again, just finding out Vecna was controlling everything since season 1. I just love when shows do that. It's like, who's the main person behind all this stuff we've been seeing? Now I'm finally seeing the big bad. I thought that was great. Finding out that Henry Creel was Vecna. Cons. The parents in the show were just non-existent. They were just allowing their kids to just run ragged, don't know what's going on. They're all in the Upside Down. They being attacked. It was just a lot of stuff going on. Harper telling Joyce in season 1 maybe Will ran away. Just basically being a lazy cop before he become like the hero cop. It was sad when Barb gets killed. When they put a wig on 11 and try to sneak her into school, when Will was coughing up that slug tentacle and didn't say anything about it, that same slug tentacle becomes basically a baby Demogorgon, and Dustin was attached to the creature. Crazy. The Mind Flayer is sticking his smoke into Will's throat when Eleven loses her power, when Billy gets killed, when Joyce blows up Harper thinking he dies. I did not like Jason in the final season. I did not like it when Yuri betrays them. And of course, when Eddie sacrificed himself. Sad.
Okay, guys, I give Stranger Things a 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm the only reason I'm rating it that low is because a lot of it was creepy to me. Season 1 was the best. I like how, like he said, we were able to watch these kids grow up over these seasons and they use the same actors. I feel like in season 1, 11 was so little and cute. The Upside Down was kind of confusing to me at first, but it was crazy how when Will was in the Upside Down, he was communicating to his mom through the lights. I didn't like how 11 nose bled whenever she used her powers. I liked Hopper and his character. I feel like he really cared about the kids. The Demogorgon was ugly. Poor Will was having flashbacks of the Upside Down after he got out. Like, how do you live a normal life after experiencing that? Once again, poor Will was being brave, trying to stand up to the shadow monster, thinking it wasn't real, and it was the Mind Flayer. It was funny how in season 3 they were all teenagers in love. The Russian base, like he said, underneath the mall was crazy. Like, out of all places, you're going to put it under the mall. I do not like when Billy was possessed by the Mind Flayer and then other people started to get possessed. That was really creepy. 11 always came in to save the day. They really couldn't go toe-to-toe with these monsters. Like, they might throw some stuff at it, but she really always saved the day. I was happy to find out that Dustin's girlfriend, Susie, was real. That Hopper scene was sad when we thought he died at the end of season 3, but then we were happy and confused to find out he was alive. In Russia, we was kind of confused, but we figured it out. I didn't care for season 4. It was gory, it was gruesome, it was scary. I had to close my eyes for most of it. I don't like seeing Vecna's face. Like, it was just so creepy. Max being possessed by Vecna was sad, but I did like that running up that hill song. Murray was the GOAT when he went with Joyce to save Hopper in Russia. It was crazy how they had the inmates fighting the Demogorgon. Finding out the backstory of Vecna was interesting, but I still didn't like him. And seeing the Upside Down come into the real world in Hawkins at the end of season 4 was crazy, and I can't wait to see how all that plays out in season 5.
Yeah. Just like always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. You guys have a good one.